In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how I would land a remote sales job in 7 days if my life depended on it. We're talking if someone had like a gun towards my head. This is the fastest, most guaranteed path that I would go about landing myself a remote sales job. And I'm saying this about myself. I literally have made multiple six figures as a remote sales rep in this industry, collected over $2.5 million as a remote closer. And I also work with some of the biggest names in this industry, the names that you know of, the people that you follow on Instagram and YouTube. I work for a lot of those guys. And I've also helped over 50 other young guys without any experience land roles in as little as 1 to 2 weeks of getting into remote sales. So I've done this for myself. I've done this for other people. Now I'll give you the framework of how to do it as quickly as humanly possible. And before you click off and expect this to be like one of those typical videos, I'm going to tell you to like train sales 2 to 3 months and then blast out these like copy and paste Instagram DMs and then it's like hope to land a role and it's like spray and pray. This is not going to be one of those videos. I will show you unique ways of finding offers and the fast track to actually make it happen for yourself, so that if you're someone who's ready to actually work hard and actually take action on the stuff I'm going to give you, it's going to work. I promise you that if you follow the stuff I'm going to tell you about in this video, you are going to be able to land a role in the next 1 to 2 weeks, 100%. It all comes down to you just taking action on it. So let's get into it and let's talk about what actually the journey is going to look like for you to make this happen. So there's 4 different things that needs to happen for you to actually land a role in the next 7 days. Number 1, you need to get confident in the skill set of sales, specifically remote sales. You don't need to become a master. You don't need to do 2 to 3 months of sales training and like have hundreds of calls. You just need to get confident enough in the skill set in order for you to be able to show up in a role, show up on interviews, and be confident enough to actually get the role. So I'll walk you through how to do that. Then we need untapped ways to actually find businesses. We don't need to be reaching out on like the typical, just like Instagram DMs, you're sending these copy and paste messages. And we also need a way to find good businesses. The biggest reason why some people win big in remote sales and some people fail completely and never pass 2K a month is because they're working inside of a shitty business. So I'll show you how to find good businesses, unique ways to do it. The best ways to reach out, not just like these typical, hey, are you hiring? Just passing out hundreds of those on Instagram. I'll show you unique ways to actually do it. How to stand out on interviews. When you have 0 experience, I'll show you exactly how to actually get through to an interview and how to actually land the role. Specific strategies on how to make it happen as quickly as possible. So let's get into it. First thing, skill set. When it comes to skill set, you don't need to take hundreds of calls and go through months of training up to land a role. What needs to happen is, number 1, you need to learn fundamental sales principles. I've made multiple videos about this on my channel, so if you want to check that out, go look at my sales training videos. I made one just a couple of days ago. But what I'm going to mention right now, I'm not going to get too deep into it. Basically, you need to understand the sales fundamental sales principles. Like what sales is about, the fact that it's all about problem solving, not pushing products, but it's all about helping people solve problems and understanding people's problems, then prescribing the solution, understanding like what to say on your calls, the questions you're supposed to be asking, the scripts, things like that. That's the first thing you need to do. And then you just need to practice that. You can't read yourself to becoming like a high-level salesperson. Doesn't matter if you spend months reading books. You need to take action. You need to actually do the stuff that you're learning. So the best way to do this is like learn the sales principles while you're learning, practice it. Meet up with your friends, your family members, or if you're in some type of like paid community or paid group, meet up with other people, practice with them. And then the key thing here, the most important thing is you need to have the right guidance. While you're learning principles, while you're practicing, you need to have someone or something that's guiding you while you're doing that. Because your way of selling is going to be different from my way of selling. Everyone has a different kind of style of selling. So you need to have someone who can be there by your side, who can analyze the calls that you're taking, show you like this is what you need to adjust, this is something you need to improve. If you want to land a role very, very, very quickly, this is crucial. You need to have someone that's going to course correct you and have a tight feedback loop. Super, super key to have a tight feedback loop. Because like if you can be taking like 100 calls, but if you don't have someone that's like pointing out what you need to adjust and things you need to improve, you're not going to learn as fast as you could be. So if you really want to improve as fast as possible, get into a high-paying role as quickly as possible in remote high-ticket sales, you need to have that tight feedback loop. Someone can give you feedback, someone can review the calls that you're having, show you what you need to adjust, so you can like implement that and get better very, very quickly. So that's the first thing when it comes to building your skill set. Read sales books, understand the principles, apply the stuff that you're learning right away. Keep iterating, review your own calls, get someone who can give you feedback. That's going to get you confident in the skill set very, very quickly, so you can actually get into a role ASAP. Second thing is finding roles. How do we actually find good, high-paying jobs? This is super important. The people that work with the best businesses, remote sales just becomes so much easier when you work for like a really, really good company, you know? And the thing is that most strategies are very like saturated, reaching out on Instagram, Facebook groups, Facebook Messenger, very, very saturated. So the best two methods that I've found that works really, really well right now, and it's going to work extremely well in 2025 as well, is number one, ads library. So if you don't know what that is, if you go on Google and you type in Meta ads library, click on that link, and then you can type in different subjects. You can, for example, put like real estate coaching or fitness coaching or diet coaching or make money online, drop shipping course, whatever it is, you know, you can put in like whatever you're interested in, whatever type of niche you want to potentially get into inside of that website on Meta Ads Library. And you will see people, so companies that are running ads within the industry that are spending a lot of money. And those companies, in most cases, they have a high ticket offer on the back end. So basically what you need to do is just type in the stuff that you're interested in, the offers that you want to be potentially selling for. You then reach out to those people. You can book a call with them. You can DM them on Instagram. You can find their website and see if they have like an application link on their website. These are all good companies that are spending money on ads, which means they're making money as well. That's a really, really good strategy in the ads library. Second thing here is YouTube. This is very untapped. Pretty much no one I've ever heard of really uses this, which is basically you go into YouTube channels, you find people's YouTube channel that have a high ticket offer, you know, people that have like a link in bio where they're linking to like book a call with their sales team. You find the YouTube channel and then you go into their about page on their YouTube, and then in there you will find their email address. Pretty much everyone has their email address, either the personal address to the founder or to someone on their sales team or to someone on like their support team. Email them a personalized email with a Loom, like a personalized video inside of that email, and I promise you will get a lot of responses if you do that. And then the last thing here is also the stalking method. This is super powerful. And this is basically just stalking people on Instagram, you know. So what I mean by this is like, for example, if you go on, if you look at someone like, for example, Iman Gadzhi, you know, he has a lot of followers on his Instagram. If you DM him on his personal account, he's not going to reply. That's the same thing if like you look at like Alex Hormozi, Grant Cardone, those people are not going to respond to you if you DM them directly. But if you go one step further and you start stalking them, you figure out like, you go on their Instagram, see the people that they've tagged on their Instagram, you go on their LinkedIn, and you figure out like who is the sales manager, who's the top closer on the team. You figure out like these different people inside the business. They can map that out and you can reach out directly to those people. Maybe they have like 500 followers or like 1,000 followers on Instagram. Those people will respond to you if you reach out to like a sales manager or closer in the business and things like that. So you just need to be attacking from different angles, stalk the business, figure out like who is actually in the company, and reach out to people from different angles. That works extremely well to get into or get your foot in the door with a business. Then the next thing is like, how do you actually, like what do you actually say when you've got a response or you found a business to potentially interview it? What do you say to get a interview with them? Number one, first we need to understand is stop looking for like this easy and like shortcut to outreach. You know, the truth is that some people are going to go out and they just blast out generic outreach messages and they wonder why they can't land in their roles. And the simple reason behind it is because a business owner, they go into their inbox on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever it is, and they see messages and they can tell right away that this is just like a copy paste message. This person doesn't care about me, my business whatsoever. They haven't even taken the time to actually like figure out who I am. Delete, and just like move on with their day. You know, they're not going to respond to that whatsoever. The people that actually get responses, the people that actually get good results in remote sales, what they're doing, what's working extremely well right now is sending out personalized outreach, doing the work that other people are not willing to do. So personalized, sending out personalized videos, talking about something that you have in common with the business, talking about something that they mention in their content. You know, show that you actually have consumed their content, you actually been following them for a while. Do your research. Take the 30 minutes out of your day to actually sit down and like research this person and say something that's actually like directly tied to them, that's actually personal to them. And then reach out from all different angles. Don't just limit yourself to Instagram, go on all different platforms and reach out. Email, Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere, you know, and then follow up. And then lead with value. This is super powerful. What you could do is you can just find a business and just give them value in the DMs, you know, find something that they're like a flaw, maybe something they're doing wrong in their sales process, maybe even if you can book them a couple of sales calls from their following, It's like find a way to provide value up front. I promise you that's going to make it so much easier for you to actually get on an interview with a business, 100%. You stand out from everyone else. Lead with value is probably the most powerful thing you can do. And I see this all the time myself for myself, because I get DMs all the time for people that are like, yeah, I want to help you with your YouTube channel and things like that. And then some people DM me like, I've already made this edit for you. Check out this reel or this like YouTube video that I made for you. What are your thoughts? Feel free to use this if you want, It's so much more likely for me to actually respond to them because actually they've done work, they actually showed value to me instead of just asking for something. So really powerful. And the last thing is how to actually stand out on your interviews. So at this point, you've found businesses to work for, you have the skill set, you're confident, you've actually gotten interviews by doing the outreach that I told you about before. How do we stand out? Number one, you need to show that you're hungry for the role. You can't just say like, yeah, I'm super hungry, I want this role, blah, blah, blah. You need to show it. When you come on a call, the energy that you kind of transmit, how you look, how you present yourself, your facial expressions, even like your eyes and like just how you speak, it needs to demonstrate that you're hungry, that you want this, that you're on top of the game, and you get your high energy. Super, super important to really have that shine through on your calls or on your interviews. Second thing is position your track record right. You don't want to come across like, let's say you worked just normal 9-to-5 jobs before. You worked in a factory, you worked as you worked in a grocery store, wherever it is. Position the stuff that you've done in the best possible way. Sell yourself to the business. They're not gonna look at like exactly what you've done. They don't really care. Most of these businesses are not gonna care about exactly what you've done. They position about they care about how you position it. So for example, okay, let's say you work at a grocery store. Number one, you can say like, yeah, I never done sales before. I work at a grocery store. I don't have any sales experience. That's what most people will do. That's why most people fail in this space. Option number two is you hop on a call and you hop on an interview and you tell them like, yes, I actually have a lot of experience within communication. I like talking with people. I work in this job where I had to focus on like, communication, psychology. I love speaking with people and focusing on like how to like actually deal with like these encounters on a daily basis. I speak with hundreds of people on every single day, and I focus on building rapport with people quickly. I've gotten really good at building rapport quickly with people, and also like meeting deadlines and things like that. It's always possible to position any past experience that you've had in a very, very good way to actually tie it to sales. Just keep that in mind. Position the stuff that you've done in the right way to actually adapt it to why you should get into the role, why you should be hired. Last thing is ask good questions. How these interviews are going to go when you interview with businesses is they're first going to ask you questions about you, your track record, and things like that. And then they will open you up to basically ask them questions, ask the business questions, And then you want to make sure you don't want to be the person who's just like, yeah, I don't have any questions, I already know everything. That's stupid. You need to make sure that you're actually asking good questions, so that you're asking them like questions that actually shows that you're interested, that shows that you want the role, that shows that you also have options, So you don't want to be like the needy guy that needs this role. Ask questions that shows that number one, you're interested, and also number two, that you actually have different roles. You're kind of qualifying them as like, why should I work with you as well to a certain extent. Don't be a dick about it. Just ask questions that shows that you're actually like trying to verify if they're actually a good business for you to go into. That's going to do wonders in terms of just positioning you as someone with options as well. So that's literally it. That's the framework of how to do this, So what actually is get started with right now to actually make this happen in the next 7 days? I'll give you some clear action steps here on actually like what to start doing right away after watching this video, so you can actually get going with this. But I'll give you the framework right now, the 4 steps of like what you need to focus on to actually make this happen. The next things we need to focus on right now is number one, pick a number of outreaches to start doing every single day moving forward. Take action on this stuff. Don't just click off this video and like go over to like Netflix or another YouTube video and like just feel good about stuff that you watched this video. Actually take action on this stuff. Actually implement the stuff that I gave in this video. It has the potential to actually like change your life. If you get into one good business in the next 7 days to 14 days, that could completely turn your life around. So understand like the power of the stuff that I told you right now and take action on it. So pick a number of outreaches to do. I will start at like 10 to 20 every single day. Do those personalized using the strategies I gave you earlier in this video. Stick to that number no matter what. Pick your number and then stick to that. No matter if you're sick, no matter if your dog has died, no matter what happens, you stick to that number. Make that commitment to yourself. Identify as the person who does that action every single day, and then detach from the results. Stop caring about if you don't get any responses. It might be like 4 days where you go without getting any responses, and then day 5 you get 5 responses from the best businesses. You never know. There's uncertainty involved with this, but that's also why some people win and some people lose. So the way to win is just detached from the results, is focus on showing up every single day, doing your inputs, and focusing on getting better. Trust the process. This stuff, it might take you longer than a week, to be honest. Like for some of you guys watching this video, it might take you like 8 days or even like 2 weeks to actually land your first role. The truth is you will never actually get to that point where you're sitting there and like you landed your role, you're about to start making your first 5 to 10K a month, and your life is about to change completely. You'll never get there unless you keep going, unless you just show up, commit the inputs, and detach yourself from this idea of like it needs to take a week, it needs to take 2 weeks. So the really biggest lesson I want to take away from this video is like stop looking at this like, okay, this needs to happen in a week, or I'm gonna send 100 outreaches and then I'm gonna change the business model. Stop doing that. It's retarded, it's stupid, it's gonna keep you stuck. And it did for me. I'm saying this because like that's how I used to think as well. That's why I was stuck for a long time, a couple of years ago. I was trying different businesses, trying to like figure out making money online because I just kept jumping from thing to thing. Stick to this plan. This is the most fundamental skill that you're learning in business. You're applying it in the best industry that there is to have growth, to make a lot of money, learn a lot, and have a lot of freedom while doing so. So please, just like take action on this stuff, commit to the process, commit to the actions. And if you want help from me with any of these things, if you want one-on-one coaching to like learn sales principles, learn the scripts, get one-on-one coaching and call reviews and feedback from me to have a tight feedback loop, and also get access to really high-level businesses and get coaching, feedback, access to my entire network, get placed on offers, all that good stuff. Click the link down below. You can join my inner circle if you're a good fit. So you can book a call down in the description. We'll hop on. It's not going to be a high-pressure sales call at all. It's just to chat, see if we're a good fit, see if I can actually help you out. If you're interested in that, click the link, book a call, we'll chat. If not, no worries either way. I'm going to keep providing value here in these free videos. So any questions, DM me on Instagram. I'll see you guys, as always, tomorrow in the next video. Take care. Ciao.